She lost the race for Franklin mayor in an absolute landslide.
But tonight, Gabrielle Hanson does not appear ready to face reality. Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie Sharp.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. Just when you thought this strange campaign down in Franklin was finally over, Gabrielle Hanson is now teaming up with election deniers in Arizona. And
as News Channel 5's chief investigative reporter Phil Williams discovered, Hanson now claims she is the victim of a vast conspiracy involving all sorts of players.
During a new 50-minute podcast with Arizona election deniers, defeated Franklin mayoral candidate Gabrielle Hanson bounced from one strange conspiracy theory to another. The one person that Gabrielle Hanson did not blame was Gabrielle Hanson.
This is huge, Miss Hanson.
In the podcast, Gabrielle Hanson found a willing audience of election deniers, including discredited former Arizona Secretary of State candidate Mark Finchem.
And what you're describing, madam, is not an election, it's a selection that was preset before anybody ever walked into the election booth.
Regarding News Channel 5's revelations about Hanson's association with white supremacists and other scandals, Hanson saw a conspiracy.
I later found out that a news network had been paid a lot of money to run advertorials on me throughout the campaign, and they were relentless.
In fact, she lied, falsely claiming that we were paid by Republican bigwigs to bring her down, a conspiracy theory that Finchem was more than willing to embrace.
But what they're doing is they're publishing bull, trying to make people think that it's legitimate. And then they recycle it, and they recycle it, and they recycle it again.
And the fact that Franklin voters turned out to make sure the controversial candidate was not elected mayor, while she and her Arizona buddies saw a conspiracy in the record turnout.
I ain't buying it. I am just
4,000 people to about 15,000.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen.
Hanson ran on a slate with other far-right candidates, three of whom were trying to beat incumbents. The fact that the three challengers all got a similar number of votes, that too was seen as evidence of a conspiracy.
So the statistical improbability of what you have just described, I'm pretty sure that our chief statistician, Seth Keshel, would look at that and start laughing.
In fact, because they ran as a slate, it's not surprising that the challengers got a similar number of votes, or that together voters wanted nothing to do with them.
When a constituent called me and said, "I've tried to vote for you," and it kept shoving the vote onto the incumbent, whose name was underneath mine.
And despite Hanson's claim that the voting machines might have switched her votes to her opponent, election officials say they never got any such complaints at the polls from voters. One other point, the voting system used in Williamson County actually generates paper ballots that voters can review, making it pretty much impossible for Gabrielle Hanson's conspiracy theory to be true. Phil Williams, News Channel 5 Investigates.
Phil, thank you. Under state law, today is the last day for Hanson to file an election challenge in Williamson County Chancery Court. At last check, nothing has been filed, although she could still file electronically right up until 11:59 tonight.